Hey everyone, welcome back to the TraderLion channel. This is Richard and Nick, and today we're going to be talking about a topic that I think a lot of people have questions about, and that is how much money and how much capital do you need to go full time, and kind of at what level should you make the transition to go full time. So I think a lot of people were thinking after 2020, this is pretty easy. Look at my performance. I could just go full time. I can quit my job. But that's not necessarily the best decision to make, especially when you're new to the game. So Nick, I'd love to just kind of throw it over to you and kind of hear your thoughts on this topic.
Absolutely. Thanks, Richard. So, one of the most common things that you hear is someone starts trading, they're in their first year or two, and they're finding luck in the market. Maybe they've made a little progress, or maybe they've made a lot of progress, but you get a false confidence and you don't realize the safety that you have when you have that job. And especially, in the beginning years of your trading, you don't really understand yourself as a trader. And so you don't know exactly what environment is going to be. You need to go through many market cycles to understand what your environment is. And so when you find yourself not in your environment, uh, for me personally, there's nothing I can do. And if I'm trying to make money, then it's just gonna end
It
up
just
I'm gonna
makes it
end up losing
worse.
money.
Yeah.
Yeah, what people don't understand is the more that you need to make money, the more difficult it is to do. When you have that internal pressure on you, it's really hard to perform. When you need to make money to cover expenses and your only source of income is the market, that's a really difficult thing to do. I'm not saying that it's not the right thing to do, but you definitely need to think about your options and even for experienced traders, I always recommend like have another stream of income, just to take as much pressure off of you as possible. Because when we do have that stress, we're just we can't think right.
Yeah, and just to kind of add on that, I would say trading isn't a it's not something where you're going to get a paycheck every 2 weeks like a regular job and a regular opportunity. Like we don't get paid for activity unless you're a day trader and you're super consistent. You're not going to make money necessarily every single day, and especially for our style, swing trading, position trading, the kind of cancel and base. There's often corrections that last weeks, months. Some have lasted years, and if you don't have that outside income coming in regularly, that's just going to put so much pressure and maybe force you to take trades that you shouldn't have, that are outside of your system, just to kind of get that income. But ultimately, it kind of hurts your performance. So I think it's really important to recognize that not only does outside income help cover expenses, but it gives you kind of that peace of mind that no matter what my performance in the market, I can pay rent, I can pay for groceries, I can support my family, I can support myself. And that allows you to be more objective, treat trading kind of what it is, don't overthink too much. And as Nick said, it kind of lowers that overall stress level and allows you to perform that much better just because you aren't encumbered by that stress. So, Nick, I think this is something that's really important, because that mental capital, as we've said so much in previous videos, that mental capital is almost even more important than that financial capital. And if your mind isn't right, you're not going to be able to perform. And Nick, something I wanted to ask you is to kind of expand on what level of trader should consider going full time. And we've got the saying and kind of methodology at TL, the consistency phase versus the performance phase. So I'd love to hear your thoughts on that.
Absolutely. So at TL, we kind of break it down into the consistency phase, which is your first few years, and then the performance phase. And during the consistency phase, your only goal is to basically stay alive. You're focusing on protecting what you have, and basically just smoothing out your equity curve. So a lot of traders, when they go into the market, they have what we call a boom and bust equity curve.
Right.
And it kind of, it goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down. And even if it's making upward progress overall, that's not good. And so I think what you really need to see before you consider going full time is you need to see that equity curve smooth out.
Right.
When you have a smoother equity curve and you get rid of those, big drawdowns, it gives you a confidence, and it's a different kind of confidence that you can make it up. Like, you'll feel good when you make a good trade, you manage it, you get in well, you get out well, you'll feel confident. But the biggest confidence that you'll ever get as a trader is when you don't have to ever worry about a big loss. Of course, things could happen, but if you're cutting your losses small to begin with and not allowing them to get big, chances are you're going to avoid big losses. And just knowing that that's not even an outcome really gives you like a true confidence in yourself. And once you have that and your equity curve is smoothed out, that's when I would say you can start to consider. Once you have that true confidence, you can start to consider uh, if you should go full time. Now, of course, there's other factors. You know, everyone's got different expenses. What amount of money do I trade with? And I think that just goes back to what we said about internal pressures and stress. You know, if you have $5,000 a month expenses, and you know you have like a $25,000 account, that's going to be pretty hard to consistently make every month.
Yeah, it's
You have to be a
unrealistic.
really
Yeah.
good trader. Yeah, you have to be a really good trader to do that. Possible, yeah, but even for people that can do it, it's not going to be every month, and so you need to be prepared for those months that you don't. So I don't know if you want to elaborate on that at all, but I think I touched everything that I
The
wanted
main
to
topics.
there. Yeah,
Yeah, I would just add like don't judge your performance by your best months. Look at kind of the net average or even your worst performing months and kind of treat that as the baseline. And basically, the root of it is you're going to need a pretty big account to support a normal year's salary. Don't expect that you're going to double, triple your account every year, and so you can handle even a $50,000 account. You're going to need substantial capital. So in those years where you're only going to make 10%, 5%, you're not cutting too much into that principle and you're able to support yourself. So I think the root of it is it's a very personal question and you have to take into account your own performance historically. But I think it's definitely an important question that you have to look back at your past performance, be realistic, be objective with yourself, know the type of numbers you're capable of putting up in any given year, and recognize that trading for a living is extremely tough. It's hard on the mental side of things, and like we said, you're not going to be making money every single day, every single week, every single month. So you have to factor that into the equation and realize that a consistent stream of income from a regular job, part time, full time, what have you, can really give you a bunch of peace of mind and allow you to focus on just compounding that account, building it up so you can get to the point of where you can trade full time. So yeah, I think those are my final thoughts. Nick, anything else to add?
yeah. So my final thoughts are just basically, I can myself as a trader, my greatest asset is it's patience, and so I'm patient for my environment. I'm patient to make sure I'm in the right mindset. You know, we could be in the right environment, but things might not be going well in my personal life, and I can't
Right.
think clearly. And you need to really think clearly as a trader. But my point is, my final words is that patience is such a valuable asset to being a successful trader. And when you are fortunate enough to be able to be patient because you have other streams of income, especially while you're learning, it makes all the difference in the world. And you don't realize until you can't have that patience because you're forced to come up with something every single day, how vital and important it truly is. So I'll leave it at that. I think I covered everything there. But
Perfect. Yeah, yeah, we'll leave it there. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Let us know your thoughts on this subject down below in the comment section. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead and leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already to the TraderLion channel. And we'll see you guys in future videos. Thanks.